Hello, Nissan Z fans. We have a Calsonic racing one from Kyosho. I picked this up locally, and it actually is missing a mirror, but I got it at a pretty good discount. So, yeah, there's also a bit of grime on it, and it's got some chipped paint as well. So the previous owner wasn't very careful with it, but again, it was pretty cheap, so that's why I got it. Anyways, I find that, if they're cars I don't absolutely love, I'm more willing to accept quality problems, as long as I don't pay full price. Okay, well, anyways, this thing is the Fairlady Z from 2006 again. Yeah, it says 2006. I don't know why they have to print it so small. Look at how much real estate there is here. Why don't they just take this text and make it massive? It's almost like I need a magnifying glass to read that. While we're down here, we got slick tires, makes sense. They're rubbery, riveted together. I think this is from a collection of Calsonic cars, although I don't know when that collection came out. I could only find two decent images of this car from this year, and here's one of them. It's got some canards, although the casting has metal canards, so they're quite thick. That one mirror does match this style, a tiny stock and a rectangular mirror on it. Yeah, seems alright. Nothing outstandingly wrong, but let's take a closer look. First, the wheels, obviously they're passing air, and there's never any brakes with Kyosho blister packs. So that hole, unfortunately, is where that mirror must have fallen out. It's a pretty big hole, so... some molded in details here behind the wheel. It's just sucking air out of there, I guess. And then, yeah, the tires have decent curvature. Tampo printing for all this sponsorship. Interesting, there's a Tamiya sponsorship. The door handle has that, metallic finish, like a regular road car would, but the road car wouldn't have these molded in vent details with a sliding window, so that's a nice detail touch. What does this say? Oh, the driver's names. Okay, so that's pretty good printing. You can actually, it's legible. I think this is a blanked out area for fuel fillers, but they're probably on the other side. Got some fingerprints on this, and you can now see the paint bubbling going on here. It's a paint rash. That's unfortunate. Okay, some details molded in here. Metal canards again molded in, and there's one of the chip marks. Here's another chip mark. Nice thick red lenses, and look at that. There's actually molded like LED bulbs back there. I've never seen that on a Kyosho. That's really good detail. Very cool. Okay, grille detail here looks alright. I'm sure that's really going open on the real car, but Kyosho blanked it off. There's a number 12 in the license plate area. I think these are reflectors on the real car if I recall, but they're just nothing there. I don't know the rear view of this car, what it looks like. Some sort of latches here, and then the plastic wing has pretty wide struts for this casting. Nissan badge is alright. It's also a little lock mechanism, I think. Alright, some vertical strikes. They're kind of thick, being plastic. There is no rear window. It's just painted black, and it has some vent details up here and down here. This side of the car, well, that's odd. There are no fuel fillers at all. This is all blanked off also. So I'm not sure where this car is getting the fuel put into it. I also am thinking these might be exhaust tips, like a turbo or just regular exhaust tips. It was on the other side of the casting as well. Oh, look at this. I didn't even see it before, but you can see tiny perimeter details here where the center knockoff is. The wheels are white, so it's hard to see. And unfortunately, there's a little stain on this one. Okay, so they have that one mirror. Yeah, would have been nice to have both, but I probably would have had to pay a lot more money. Grill detail here. I think this is part of the plastic base. It sounds like plastic. The metal canards, and again, it's chipped there. And I think there's a chip on this fender as well. Yep. Alright, so the top. Maybe this is an escape hatch if the car rolls over. And then a bunch of vents behind the radiator, some naked ducts, but no black paint. And then the banner is tampo printed. Look at these headlights, they're pretty crazy. Giant clear lens, but look, 3 light bulbs back there. So, pretty cool headlights. Race car interior, very shallow windows. We're not going to see anything because those molded details are in the way. And I can see, well, that's a plank floor, I think, back there. There's too much reflection, so I'm not going to bother this time around. The stance on this guy isn't too bad. I've had a lot of problems with Kyosho's stances. Well, not a lot, but a few. But this one's okay. Alright, so let's look at a couple other castings then. So I actually did a review of the test car version of a Z. And let me find that one here. It has both mirrors, thankfully. But I'm sure I paid a lot more money for this one. But it's actually a totally different casting. In fact, let me read the bottom of this. This just says Z33. It doesn't say a year. So, it's weird. And then what's going on here? This has brakes. I think this might be a beads collection. Kyosho beads. They come in crystal boxes and have much more detail than normal. Because, yeah, Kyosho blisters never have brakes like this one. But this one clearly does. I didn't add these brakes myself. And they have, like, strakes. Those are nice. And they don't rotate with the wheel. The wheel also has printing on them. A silver roll cage in this one, but can't see much. And it has a 3-dimensional wiper blade. So this is definitely a different quality level, I think. Well, definitely better details going on compared to the regular blue one. So, yeah, actually the hood vent details are also different. There's just more vents on the black car. So, and there's also no escape hatch molded into the roof of the black car. It's just smooth with the graphic of a box. So definitely a different mold. Very interesting. Okay, let's see some other Super GT vehicles. We have a Lexus SC430 from the 2009 season. And although it's not a Super GT car, I just don't get to show it enough, so I'm going to pull it out here anyways. That just sounds like a weird joke right there. This is called a Radical RXC GT3. It's made by a company called Dorlop. Alright. And I guess I'll pull out another Calsonic vehicle. I have a GTR Calsonic. So this is an R34 from the 2003 season. So that Z is much wider than that GTR. Alright, let's move these aside. Let this guy spin on its own. Yeah, I think this is a good model. You know, if I bought it blind off eBay or something, I'd probably be annoyed with the chipped paint and stuff, unless the person put good photos up. But luckily I was able to inspect this before I made my purchasing decision, and I'm pretty happy with what I have. At some point in time I might have to 3D print my own side mirrors for this thing, but I gotta get some extra strength resin because I can easily see why that thing is missing a side mirror. If it's chipped the way it is, it'll probably drop like 5 times and the thing just fell out. Alright, well anyways, that's neither here or there. I appreciate you guys checking this out, and I'll see you in the next race car review. Adios, amigos.